The Gadget God here. Ask and you shall receive. Today we're going to do a comparison between the brand new Nintendo Switch, Nintendo's second newest handheld, the new 3DS XL, and Sony's revised PlayStation Vita Slim. So we can see here we have the Nintendo Switch with the Joy-Con controllers attached to it. We will just do a comparison from all the angles compared to the Nintendo new 3DS XL. Way thinner. Now, while it doesn't have those curves for the triggers on the side of it, on the new 3DS XL, it is still dramatically thinner than Nintendo Switch and incredibly more powerful. I'll also show you the screen brightness on all of these. I have all these screen brightnesses turned to maximum, so you can see that in 1 second. We'll do the sizes and then I'll show you the screen brightnesses. Here's the Nintendo Switch with the PlayStation Vita. Trying to get you that slim view. You can see we have a USB Type-C charger on the Nintendo Switch and then a micro USB charger on the PlayStation Vita Slim. About the same thickness. The slim PlayStation Vita and the brand new Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch is so long, it's hard to get it in that camera angle. And then I'll do a top view. One thing that the Nintendo Switch does not have, that both the PlayStation Vita Slim and the new Nintendo 3DS XL has, is cameras. The Nintendo Switch does not have any cameras on it, but the new 3DS XL and the PlayStation Vita both have cameras on them. So then I'll go ahead and show you the brightness. We'll do the Nintendo Switch and the new 3DS XL. Show them at full brightness. So this is both of them at full brightness. And I'll show you the top screen of the new 3DS XL as well, trying to get no glare on there. So way, way brighter on the Nintendo Switch. Not that the new 3DS XL isn't bright, but it's way brighter. And not to mention, look at the screen size. Are you serious? What am I going to do with all that screen? I'll show you the PlayStation Vita Slim. This is also turned up to full brightness. We can see again the screen size of the Nintendo Switch just absolutely dwarfs every other handheld. And again, the PlayStation Vita Slim is at full brightness, so is the Nintendo Switch. If you don't believe me, I'll show you. Hold down the PlayStation button. It gives you the quick menu. You can see it's at full brightness on here. And if you didn't know this, you can hold down the home button on the Nintendo Switch. And that will also give you a quick menu there. So auto brightness is off and screen brightness is turned all the way up. So the PlayStation Vita Slim takes the proprietary Sony memory cards. They go in down there at the bottom. Those are still very expensive. The Nintendo Switch takes micro SD memory cards. Goes in underneath the kickstand there. Takes up to 2 terabyte micro SD cards. And then the the Nintendo new 3DS XL also takes micro SD cards, and you have to take off the back cover to get under there. So both the Nintendo consoles take the regular micro SD cards, and Sony still takes that proprietary, much more expensive Sony format. Not to mention, if you look on the back, it has those triggers that pop out just a little bit, where the new 3DS XL, as we all know, it has those shoulder buttons on the inside, which no system has ever done that, and no one wants that. So, and then the PlayStation Vita Slim, it has the shoulder buttons, and then the extra shoulder buttons are on that back touchpad. So again, the Nintendo Switch has the best layout for the controls as well. Not to mention, if you want to get super crazy with it, you can pop off both of these and use these wirelessly. And as you can see, it does exactly the same thing. So it's as if it was still connected. And when you do connect it, it makes that awesome sound. Wait for it. I love that. Very high quality. So the screens, also I didn't mention that the new 3DS XL has a screen resolution of 260p. And then the PlayStation Vita Slim has a screen resolution of 540p. And the Nintendo Switch has a screen resolution of 720p. So this is an HD screen, 720p, and if you dock the Nintendo Switch into the Nintendo Switch dock, it then upgrades that image on your television to up to 1080p. and 60 frames per second as well. And then as far as battery life, I'll go ahead and I'll just put the battery specs down there at the bottom so you can compare those. And this is an average, you know, maximum to minimum depending on what you're doing. So for the new 3DS XL, there's the battery specs for you. PlayStation Vita Slim, there's the battery specs for you just so you can compare them. And then for the Nintendo Switch, this is what Nintendo has stated the battery specs are for that. So before we wrap this up here, I'll just show you the size of the cases. Now the cartridges are all basically the same size, but you can see from the cases, these are your case sizes. I like that Nintendo actually shrunk the case size down from the 3DS. Maybe you don't like that because you like that DVD length, but this is still long enough to fit into a regular DVD case stand, so that's nice, but that gives you an idea of the cases. Now I'll just pop in and show you what the inside of the case. Nintendo did something pretty cool. The inside of the cases are clear, so they can have reversible cover art. If you're super into that, you can switch. You can flip the cover art around. And then these two clips are for a miniature manual. So if you want to put a manual in there, game designers, it's going to be a mini one. So anyways, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. Definitely put those down below. I'm happy to answer them. Check out my other video for the best accessories you can get for the Nintendo Switch. Check out my other videos. I got all that good stuff. If you guys got any questions, comments, you know the deal. Put them down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Pop that kickstand up before we disappear. So this is the Gadget God. I do the research, so you don't have to. So you can just hang out and do whatever you want. Pick your nose. I'll do the work. I got you covered. But I'm the Gadget God. I do the research, so you don't have to. Comparison between the three juggernauts in handheld gaming, including Nintendo's brand new Nintendo Switch. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay handheld.